This 7,000 watt machine generates 55 to 60 million ringgit of recurring income. Where can you find a business?
2024 has been wow for Malaysian small cap index, hitting a 10-year high as we speak. It's one of the best performing markets in the region. I've wanted to dive deep into small cap stocks, but I didn't know where to start. Then I found RHB Small Cap Jewel 2024 edition, packed with all the insights I needed. Get your copy with the link in the description. After flipping through the ebook, I was hooked and I wanted more. So I'm interviewing the CEOs of these small cap companies, and here's the fun part. At the end of each episode, I will ask for a gift from the CEO and pass it on to the next guest. By the end, we'll see how much the final gift is worth. It's going to be a fun and engaging adventure as we uncover the stories behind these small cap gems. Let's see what treasures we can uncover together. Today we are at QES Group Berhad, another tech company featured on RHB Small Cap Jewel 2024 edition. Similar to U-Medic that we interviewed last week, this company also has two business segments, one on distribution and the other part is manufacturing. One unique thing about QES Group is that this company is not situated in Penang. It is based in Glen Marie in Shah Alam. Having said that, the company just bought a piece of new land in Batu Kawan in Penang, which they're going to double their capacity. And more interestingly, that piece of land in Batu Kawan is a JV together with Applied Engineering Technology Malaysia, AETM. Now, what are they going to do there in Penang? Let's go and find out with Mr. Chew, the Group Managing Director of QES Group Berhad. Hi.
Hey, hi.
Hi, Mr. Chew.
Welcome to QES.
Thanks for having me today at your facility.
No problem. Thank you for coming.
Do we have a chance to actually have a view of the factory today?
Sure. I'll just give you a short tour of our facilities, especially the factory where we make our semiconductor equipment.
Sure.
Yeah.
In terms of revenue generation, it's only about 15% or so, right? Most of the revenue still comes from distribution.
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. The idea is to try to move manufacturing revenue contribution to about 35%.
35%.
That's my goal.
Okay.
Of course, I set this goal 2-3 years ago, and we are still hovering around 15-18%. So
what's the challenge?
The challenge is semiconductor business, of course, is a little bit cyclical. Okay, one thing. Second thing, manufacturing this equipment, the delivery time is long. Besides the engineering hours we put in, those kind of machines need a lot of critical components. Some of the critical components, delivery time is very long. Maybe we are talking about 5 months delivery time, 4 months delivery time. These components. So in a way, it drags our lead time. But I also don't want to make 10 machines or 5 machines and keep the stock. It doesn't make sense. So we make to each order indent basis to reduce the cost of holding inventory.
Right.
One of the options now I'm doing is I make one order of this, I make 2 machines. So that the next order comes in,
it'll be faster.
To me, I think this year we should be doing pretty good because the order book for manufacturing is quite big.
How much is the order book right now?
Right now, I think we are at about 24-25 million outstanding to be delivered.
Okay.
Even up to last June, we are already at 24-25 million still to be delivered.
Okay. Distribution, I suppose you don't have lead time problem, you don't have this kind of trouble. But can't help but to say the margin is a lot lower. And if your focus is on manufacturing, right? Do you see one day that you would completely cut off distribution and just make your own things?
Oh, no. We will not, because, to be fair, I think we are lucky and very fortunate that I have this business model that I have distribution contributing half of the revenue, in terms of business point of view. In a way, it gives me certain stability.
Cash flow also.
Yeah,
right?
cash flow, stability, and I have a recurring income from this distribution business. Over the last 30 years, right, I have installed base of close to 15,000 machines across ASEAN and the rest of the world. And out of this, of course, you take a weightage, maybe 50%. So 7,000 machines. This 7,000 machines generates 55 to 60 million ringgit of recurring income.
Because of service and spare parts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So where can you find a business that 55, 60 million recurring GP for this is pretty good? Because
once you have mass amount of number of your own manufactured product out,
maybe
that will be
you add on more.
Okay.
So to me, we are in a good situation. Whereas semicon side, you can see a little bit yo-yo.
Where do you see the yo-yo is right now? Is it coming up or is it going down?
For us, billing point of view, I'm comfortable in Q2 and Q3. I can see it also because the order book, distribution plus manufacturing is about 104, 103 like that. Total order book outstanding up to June. So I can see some visibility second Q and third Q. Fourth Q a bit far. These are the old machining shop. So as I said, we do have this, but minimal. I used to have double of this size. The CNC machine, the grinding machine, the milling machine, all that. I used to have double of this size. But over the years, I shrink it, then I outsource quite a fair bit of it. Because it's not our core expertise. A lot of people can do so there's no magic. This is a small footprint of manufacturing. Total square feet space is around 33,000 square feet only.
And then that's why you need to expand your business to Batu Kawan.
Yes.
In terms of capacity, what I read is that it will double up, right?
Yes.
But in terms of floor size?
Also
double.
Also double.
But that site there is the JV, right? It's not fully yours, right?
No, we have we have a 2 acres land, right? So we are building 2 factory in one go. The first factory is QES, completely 100% QES use. So that's about 60 over 1,000 square feet. Then the second factory just behind, completely for the JV company.
JV company, which is Applied Engineering.
Yeah, Applied Engineering.
What do you plan to do with them?
No, we have a small stake. We have a 30% equity, so more like equity accounting. We don't run the business, so it's run by the US people. They are more like contract manufacturing services, so they do a lot of besides semiconductor modules and all that. They also make for aerospace. They also make for medical tech. All these modules, either power modules or stage or frame and all that. So they make this type of systems. So more like contract manufacturing services.
But from their perspective, right, because they are bigger, right, I'm sure they are able to build their own plant and run the plant themselves. So why do they need a partner in Malaysia?
In a way that it was introduced to us by Maida, many years ago during the COVID time. So in a way that they were looking to set up factories here, but they wanted to look for a local partner that is willing to take up a 30% stake. So a lot of big local listed company, the big ones, probably they want controlling stake. The US counterpart say, no, I need a local partner so willing to accept minority.
I read from the news also that they are trying to go into aerospace, they work with different agencies and all that. So I guess from your side, you are not too much involved in their operation. It's just pure equity accounting on your side. As a businessman, right, you cannot just work on what you have right now. You must always think 2 steps ahead from what is happening around you right now, right? So what is that 2 steps ahead that you're planning for the future growth of QES?
Rightly so. Of course, this QES has gone in size. Now we are a main board listed company, so financially we have certain strength. So in a way that we invest upfront, like the Batu Kawan plant, right? Even though bad times coming, we are still continue to invest it and get both capacity and capability up. Because personally, I also believe that semiconductor, the growth of it, ups and downs are there every quarter, every year. But overall perspective, 3 to 5 years, you can expect positive growth. Because everybody will go into that, the IoT business will pick up a lot. The AI will generate a lot of semiconductor demand. So that indirectly filter down, and then indirectly we are part of the supply chain, right? So we will get some benefit. So that is at the backdrop of a growing trend. That's why we invest in this, so that we skill up our people, we have the space ready, then in future we can actually capture more opportunities. So that's in line strategically to what I've been kind of proposing or alluding to over the years. Try to make our revenue 35% of the total. So maybe our manufacturing revenue from 30 to 40 million to 50 million. So eventually, if I can hit 80 to 100 million kind of revenue on the manufacturing, that's the goal. So that's the reason why I need the space, I need the engineers. And as you said just earlier on, manufacturing probably our own product line. I don't have any territory restriction. I can export anywhere in the world. So to me, it's a good growth story. Distribution will continue, of course, because I've been doing that for 33 years. Distribution, to me, is a very very bread and butter lah. Because I know the business so well already over the years. So I've trained up a lot of people to actually do this business without my presence.
Oh.
Yeah, so already some succession planning in place, but I'm putting a lot of time in the manufacturing side, really spending my time into this, and hopefully it comes to a certain economy of scale, right? So if you are in the business world, right, you reach certain inflection point, for example, like your manufacturing revenue reach, I would think if I reach 50 million, that's an inflection point that anything extra I make, it will be a lot of profit already. Because your cost, your expansionary plan and cost, all that, reach certain level, it will taper off one.
Yes.
The rest, all your growth, and then if you can chalk up, that's where your profit will start to come in a lot more. So to me, that is the plan.
Okay, so it will probably take 3 years?
3
years for you to achieve that?
Yep. The plan is at least 3 years to hit 35%. 3 years from now. So I'm talking about 2026, 7, 8, then we are good.
Wow.
On track.
I look forward on that.
This facility was inaugurated by actually he's the current CEO of Maida. It's 8th of March 2023. So it's pretty new. So today I think we are just focused on the manufacturing side.
On the manufacturing?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So basically just a quick one here. This is where our QA. So basically
QA stands for?
Quality Assurance.
Quality Assurance.
So those, we do the in-house fabrication, right? So normally what we do is we do the dimensional measuring of the parts so that it fits properly. And of course, when we outsource some of the mechanical parts, it comes in here, then we'll do the quality assurance.
Okay, so when you say you do manufacturing, it's more about you buying different parts from different suppliers and then you assemble it.
Yeah, later on you can see basically we actually design and we manufacture equipment. We do have a small in-house fabrication shop, but majority of these mechanical parts or machine frames, we actually outsource it to different vendors. So that's how it is. Then all the things comes here, we do the assembly and the optimization of the machines, the software people comes in, the optics and all that. So you can see later.
Maybe you can share with us what exactly does QES Group manufacture? Because a lot of times when we go into tech company, right? Yeah, they say they manufacture products, but all we see is just white boxes like 1 box, 2 box, 3 box.
No. Later on the production line, you can see the actual machine being made.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Right.
come, let's go. So this is the demo unit.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, right? You come in, you see just 1 box, 1 box, 1 box. It's very hard to tell what they do and, and what are they for.
These are the final machine
Okay.
that we make already. So basically, this machine are the different types of semiconductor application. Basically, like this is the wafer ID. The wafers, they have the ID label, barcode and all that. So that helps. So I think that customers actually can see and automate this process of reading the ID and then upload it to the server for the next process and all that. So another machine, the final end product, again is for front end semiconductor wafer fabs. So these are wafer sorting machines. So basically we design this, we make it here, it's our own brand as well. This is another type of machines, a highly accurate machine. Basically, to check for wafer roughness, flatness, warpage, and it goes down to really nanometric level. So it's a highly accurate machines with the laser to actually get the flatness of the wafers and also the thickness. Because wafer have to be pretty flat. So if there's any warpage, then it causes quality issues in the subsequent process.
What's the biggest challenge of making such machines?
I think raw material is okay. It is the continuous talent pipeline. So it's always an issue. I think not only QES but for the rest of my peers, everybody is facing talent pipeline shortage.
Especially to the MNCs, right?
Yeah, in a way, because these are all very skilled workers, engineers. So be it mechanical engineers, software engineers, electrical engineers. And usually what we are facing is, of course we train them, but some of them been poached by other companies and all that. So they always have this labor or skilled labor turnover.
I see.
So it becomes competitive. So today the cost of maintaining such a pipeline is getting higher and higher every year.
Within Malaysia, right, a lot of all these tech company, they choose to start in the Silicon Valley of Asia, in Penang.
Yes.
But you choose to start in Grand Mary.
Yeah, some differentiation in terms of QES because we started out as a distributor of
Okay.
a lot of our Japanese counterpart, European, US counterpart. I started from there.
Alright.
And then after more than 10 years only, I started to do the manufacturing. So that's the reason why it was headquartered in KL all this time. So naturally, the extension of manufacturing also we expanded in here in KL.
Okay.
But you know, again, we are thinking that the ecosystem in Penang is rather complete. So that's the reason why we are also expanding to Batu Kawan.
Basically, all the products that you manufacture is for inspection purpose. So who are the customers who would buy this kind of products?
All the semiconductor people, as long as they have a need for inspection, whether it's wafer inspection, whether it's processes like wire bond, process like after molding, so they will do a lot of inspection. So we make those equipment for the so-called quality control purposes or in process or end product process. So we do that. Manufacturing point of view, we have two categories, so to speak. Later on, you can see that I have a inspection and measuring series, like what you see here. I have another category which is more towards automatic handling.
Mr. Chu, I actually met you like 4-5 years ago, and I still remember during that time you said that you are going into manufacturing, but specifically you are looking at visual inspection kind of product. How has it developed?
Yeah, I think as I said earlier on, we have a whole range of product line for the inspection machines. Now it used to be semi-automated, but now we have gone into fully automated.
Wow.
So I mean, the last 4 years or so, we already spent a lot of resources, money, R&D, basically to come out with a lot of new automated wafer inspection, automated post-wire bonding inspections. So these are the series that you see. Fully automatic machine is under the R&D here. Just now you saw that one is semi-automated wafer inspection. This is a fully automatic version. So when I say fully automatic, means a lot to do with software. So basically, the customers just put the wafers. You can see the wafers here, right? Then it goes in and then it goes into the inspection station where there's a microscope there. And then from there it's fully scanned, all the critical spots that need to be inspected. And then image capturing, then the software will automatically decide the defects and automatically classify them. You know, whether it's this type of defect, then they'll bin it accordingly. So it's considered wafer inspection, fully automatic AOI. AOI means automatic optical inspection.
One of the key criteria for your customer to consider whether to buy or not is actually the speed of the machine, right?
True.
Yeah.
So this basically our typical production line. You can see some of the smaller machine has been assembly and manufactured. And that side is the bigger machine. So these are the engineers doing some work. These are so-called our automated handling system. So a lot of robotics, a lot of, like you saw now, wafer sorting, wafer batch handling. So all these are machines meant for wafer fab, the front end.
Okay.
Yeah.
While the end product is very high-tech, very automated and all that, but the assembly and the manufacturing of the machine itself is actually quite manual.
Yes, you have to, because why? The optimization and man hours. Basically, in summary, right, in QES manufacturing of semiconductor equipment, I think a lot of other companies are the same. Basically, you have two variables. One is space. Space means is capacity. Like the bigger
factory you
have, the more machine you can assemble or make.
Right.
Then the second variable is actually man hours. How many engineers you have, that also plays a role. Because each machine, I need to allocate 5-6 engineers to work on one machine and one space like this.
Who are your customers? Are they all in the US?
No, they're all big multinational companies, semiconductor. Of course, they are large multinational companies, but they have multiple factories. So most of our customers already have a footprint in Malaysia, either in Penang, Kulim, or here. So they have all these factories. But of course, their headquarters in either US or Europe and all that. So sometimes we do get orders here, but then we have to ship it out to Europe or ship it out to US. Say like this typical machine here, you can see here, in a way, this is the angle you can see inside there, the robots, the wafer and then behind there there's a carousel. They actually do the wafers. So this machine, as I said, I'm proud of my team here because we develop it locally together with the customers. They actually have the incumbent, another machine maker from Europe, and we competed. Then they came here and evaluated our machine ability, and finally decided to purchase from us. So it's a good testimony that we are able to compete globally. All right. So this quick tour of the facility.
Okay.
I hope you get an idea how we make the machine here. So the final machine, once done up, you pack it up and then ship out from behind and goes to the customers directly.
Mr. Chu, thanks for your time today. It's very rare that we are able to visit a tech factory because of compliance issue with the customer. But before I go, I want to give you something from my previous guest, from UMedic.
Okay.
They are into medical devices.
I know them.
Oh, you know them?
EUWC people.
Yes, correct. So this is from UMC.
And this is from QES.
Okay, and I'll pass this on to the next guest.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Chu.
you. Thank you.